Nathan Kane was worth $4.8 billion. He owned private jets, 3 yachts, and a smart toilet that literally scanned his body every morning. But one random Tuesday morning, he made the worst decision of his life. Because after reading one angry tweet, this billionaire decided to prove that poor people are just lazy, so he did something completely insane. He announced that he would live like an average American for 30 days. No assistants, no mansion, no luxury, only $200 in cash. And by the end of this experiment, his company lost $900 million. The internet hated him, and someone set his Lamborghini on fire. Nathan Kane wasn't just rich. He was forgot normal humans exist rich. This man once spent $80,000 building a temperature-controlled closet for his sneakers. He had a chef whose only job was making protein smoothies. And one time, he accidentally tipped a valet driver $10,000 because he thought it was a 20. But Nathan had one huge problem. People hated him. His company, Canitech, made overpriced smart home gadgets nobody actually needed, like an AI toaster that connected to Wi-Fi, or a refrigerator that tweeted motivational quotes. And after multiple layoffs, the internet started calling Nathan the human version of a software update, which honestly is brutal. But then came the tweet. One college student posted, "Billionaires think being poor is just skipping Starbucks for a week." That tweet exploded. Millions of likes, news articles, memes, and Nathan completely lost his mind. Nathan immediately went live on social media. And what happened next looked like a supervillain origin story. Wearing a $6,000 casual sweater, Nathan announced, "Poor people don't need sympathy, they need discipline." Yeah, the internet exploded instantly. But then Nathan doubled down. He claimed that anyone could succeed with hard work. So to prove it, he would survive for 30 days with a tiny apartment, public transportation, minimum wage jobs, and only $200. His PR team literally begged him not to do this. One employee reportedly said, "Sir, please stop talking." But Nathan refused, because rich people become very dangerous when they think they're being inspirational. The first disaster happened immediately. Nathan arrived at his tiny apartment and asked where the guest house was. There was no guest house. There wasn't even air conditioning. The apartment had flickering lights, mystery stains, one broken chair, and a neighbor screaming at 3 a.m. Nathan lasted 6 hours before posting, "How do people live like this?" Which, again, did not help. Then came grocery shopping. Nathan entered a Walmart wearing a luxury watch worth more than most cars. And somehow, he had never pushed a shopping cart before. At one point, he tried scanning a banana individually. For 14 straight minutes, employees started recording him. TikTok clips went viral instantly. The comments were ruthless. "Bro fights fruit for a living." But the real chaos started when Nathan got a minimum wage job at a fast food restaurant. And somehow, he was unbelievably bad at everything. He burned fries, dropped burgers, accidentally unplugged the freezer. Then he asked a customer, "Why don't poor people just hire cooks?" The entire restaurant went silent. One teenager whispered, "Nah, this dude is AI generated." But Nathan still believed he was doing amazing. Until day 12. That's when someone recognized him. A customer secretly recorded Nathan complaining that buses smelled weird, poor people bought too many chips, and Walmart was emotionally exhausting. The clip hit 40 million views overnight. Sponsors began leaving Canitech immediately. Stock prices crashed. And Nathan still thought he was winning. At this point, Nathan had become the most hated man online. People began tracking his location. Everywhere he went, someone yelled, "Hey, banana guy." Even worse, former employees started exposing him online. One claimed Nathan once fired a worker for microwaving fish in the office. Another said Nathan believed milk expired emotionally. Nobody even knows what that means. Then hackers changed the smart refrigerators at Canitech stores to display insults. Customers walked into stores and saw messages like, "This fridge has more empathy than Nathan Kane." Absolute disaster. Nathan finally snapped during a live stream. Sweaty, exhausted, sleep deprived. He screamed, "Being poor is impossible," which was supposed to help his argument, but somehow made everything worse. Then came the final catastrophe. Nathan returned to his mansion after quitting the challenge early. But outside his house, hundreds of protesters were waiting. Someone had spray painted, "Touch Grass Billionaire." His company's stock collapsed by 38%. Board members resigned. One investor called the experiment the dumbest self-destruction since the Titanic. And then, the Lamborghini exploded. Nobody knows who did it. But the footage became one of the most viral clips of the year. Ironically, Nathan's attempt to prove poor people were lazy ended with him losing nearly $1 billion. Because it turns out, people really don't like being insulted by a man who owns a heated driveway. Today, Nathan Kane rarely posts online anymore. Canitech still exists, but people mostly know it as the Banana Billionaire company. And somewhere out there, a Walmart employee still remembers the day a billionaire lost a fight against self-checkout fruit. If you enjoyed this disaster, subscribe for more stories about rich people making unbelievably stupid decisions. Because somehow, there are way too many of them.